Blockchain, encryption, and decentralized servers be powering your communication platform? Hi, I'm Tanya Hall for ZDNet, and joining me is Eric Lifson. He is the co founder and head of marketing for Skrumble. Welcome, Eric.
Hi, thanks for having me.
What is Skrumble?
So Skrumble comes from the word scrum, which means having a quick, rapid meeting ad hoc. And Skrumble is actually a technology company, communication technology company, founded here in the great city of Toronto, Canada. And we spent our first few years focused on R&D. We developed 30 global patents in big data, security, AI, and natural language processing. And we really focused on creating some strategic verticals. We focused on full communication platform. All your different communication needs in one application: voice, video, messaging, chat, that kind of stuff. And then we're able to kind of license that and work with a few strategic global partnerships, such as Hitachi or Bertelsmann, Arvado Bertelsmann, and a few other really interesting, other kind of global partnerships. In addition, we were able to kind of enter a few key verticals like the security space, and through call centers and other kind of great things. And recently, the telemedicine platform, telemedicine industry as well. So we've really been here for about 4 years now, since 2014, and we were able to grow. I think right now about 40 employees, and that's enabled us to really kind of get some traction in the marketplace, and a bunch of coverages in media. And from there, we've been able to kind of start to look into new strategic verticals. And one such vertical is the blockchain, which we can talk about later.
Well, and is that the Skrumble Network project?
That's absolutely correct.
Talk about that.
Okay, so Skrumble Network is really a completely new paradigm for communication. We think about kind of what are the current tools available to us for communication. And really what we see is really two. One is traditional telecommunication companies. So your AT&Ts or your Verizons, and you have to kind of use their infrastructure, their fees, and maybe some of the inefficiencies that come with that. And you're kind of leasing on that network. The second is what we call over-the-top applications. And these are ones that you commonly likely use, Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp, or WeChat, right? And the question is that really who owns your data? How secure is it? You look at WhatsApp or Facebook, and you ask the question, who owns the data? Is it Mark Zuckerberg? Is it Tencent for WeChat? And where are we able to, how do we feel comfortable with that? Is the data private? Is the data, secure? Is it global? I mean, a lot of countries are currently banning a lot of these applications. So for example, if you go to China, which is the second largest market in the world, people are genuinely a little bit uncomfortable about talking about certain things. One example is, we look at the blockchain cryptocurrency space. So even just talking about it on a call with like a WeChat or that kind of stuff, they're nervous to talk about that kind of stuff because they're saying, well, I'm being listened to, I'm being watched, and I can't, I don't feel confident having this conversation right now. And what we stand for is kind of being able to like really democratize and, open up the communication channels for everyone and be able to speak freely and talk about what you want, when you want, and not have to really, be afraid of constantly being listened to, and owning your data. And what we do with that project is that we're able to, have a situation where through the authentication on the blockchain, you have a key, a token key, and you're able to, use that ID and talk with somebody and your communication is just between you guys, and you're able to open that up, have that authenticated, and it opens up an SSL layer, secure socket layer, and then from there that's using some of our patented technology in security. So we're able to scramble the communication and the files across a few distributed areas, and then from there, once you have access to this communication transaction, it's a kind of a handshake. You know, I want to talk to you, you want to talk to me. We have a handshake through our technology, and then all the codecs and everything like that is consistent. And then we're able to communicate, even send, in-app payments using cryptocurrency. Whatever we want to do, and it's all context related, right? So it's not just like today's world of just like, send me your wallet information and I'll send you some money, and I don't know why I sent it or whatever. I say, happy birthday, Tanya, thanks so much, and here's some cryptocurrency. And so it's all done through a very simple and accessible application, and you're able to really speak how you want when you want. Today we live in kind of a trustless world for the decentralized blockchain world. Trustless, for those who don't know, means that the old-fashioned way is that for us to do something together, we'd have to have a relationship. So we'd have to let's say if we want to do a business deal, let's say we would go out for dinner and we would talk, and we would get to know each other a bit first, and then see if we can trust each other, and okay, maybe I'll give you some money and you can do this thing. Great. Well, for today's world, in a trustless, decentralized, more blockchain focused world that we're really heading into right now, the idea that I need to know who you are and I need to trust you and all that stuff is starting to get a little bit old fashioned. So what I do need to know is I need to be able to communicate with you, keep you accountable with some kind of smart contract or something like that. And you could even have some kind of anonymous pseudonym, if you will, for your name, but still we could have trust and be able to accomplish what we want to accomplish. So that's a background on Skrumble Network.
Well, you're talking a lot about encryption. So are there safeguards in place to prevent criminals and other bad actors from using the tool for the wrong reasons?
Absolutely. So our goal with Skrumble Network is to create a self-sustaining ecosystem. And so it's a 2-year project. We're going to have three core steps within the roadmap. The first step is to take our existing communication technology into a decentralized format, an application for decentralized communication, for omni-channel, voice, video, messaging, screen sharing. The second is to be able to take the communication layer, and for that, it's basically empowering other applications and providing secure, decentralized communication into any other application that wants it, and which a lot will. And the third will be more of an ecosystem. So we would start with kind of an incubator program, and with the first cohort to help build on top of our communication technology. And then from there, using APIs and SDKs, anybody could build on this platform, this blockchain, the Skrumble blockchain network, and be able to come up with any application, such as, let's say, a freelance marketplace or a video showroom, where someone, let's say, could do a live concert, and some people could give some cryptocurrency to say, wow, this is great, something along those lines, right? Any of those kind of applications, if you can dream it, you can do it on this kind of ecosystem. And we're really providing the tools. To answer the question about safeguarding, we're going to be creating specific roles within the community, and it's going to be kind of a community ecosystem that people will be incentivized to over time act as kind of these safeguards. So what's going to be interesting about it is that it's not necessarily a centralized group, let's say Facebook or whatnot, but it's about if there's any suspicious activity or anything like that, they're the certain people that have kind of gone for these roles, and they'll have different criteria to be judged themselves. But as it's necessary, they'll be able to say, hey, this is suspicious, this is not acceptable, and they can take the actions accordingly, and bring it up to the right people.
So it's clearly more than just a messaging app like, I don't know, HipChat or Slack or something like that. It's a platform, really, that's an ecosystem of all types of different functions. So Skrumble has been focused on the enterprise level client. What is this new project focused on?
So this that's a great question. We've had the success so far of being trusted by over 400,000 users across our various platforms for communication in the enterprise level. But right now, we just heard such a big groundswell of people who want to communicate freely. And so this platform is initially going to be very focused on the B2C consumer space. And it's really going to open up a lot of opportunities for the world, for a lot of people to really do what they want. And then from there, over time, we do anticipate a bunch of the features and benefits to really work themselves more into the enterprise space as well. So kind of two-pronged approach.
Well, I'm going to start transferring some cryptocurrency on Skrumble then, I think. I really appreciate you sharing your project with us and letting us know what you're about. If somebody wants to find you or follow you, how can they go about doing that?
That's a great question. So check us out at skrumble.network if you want to learn more about the project. And you can see all our Telegram, Twitter, and a few other channels as well. And we look forward to chatting with you.
Thanks again for your time, Eric. And if you want to follow me and more of my interviews, you can do that right here on ZDNet or Tech Republic, or find me on Twitter at Tanya Hall Radio, or maybe find me on Facebook by searching for The Tanya Hall Show. Until next time.